All right. Hello, and welcome to OrcusDorkus's RPG Imaginings. This is something new that we're doing here. This is not a unprofessional unboxing. This is not a pull from the shelf. This is something that's just off the cuff. So what we're doing here today is I'm having, my son here, Noah, and his friend, Zane.
Hi, I'm Zane.
And what they're going to do is we're going to go over the new One DnD Playtest PDF and get their opinion of it. What we have here is we have the next generation of torchbearers, the ones who are actually going to carry the flame of D&D into, their I see head shaking. No, you're not the next generation.
No, we're just not good at it.
No, you're exceptional at it, but they have opinions, as does the alligator, and I've mentioned some of this to them, and they've kind of nodded their head and shook their head on a couple things. But what we're looking at is we're looking at getting the knowledge from the babe's mouth, so to speak. These are the ones that are going to be buying your products, Watsy. These are the ones.
Anything.
Good job.
These are the ones that may buy your products, but these are the ones that you're marketing to. You're currently marketing to the late 20, early 30s disposable money rule set, but eventually they're going to get old and disgruntled and pissed off like we all do. And these are the ones that are going to pick up the torch and carry with it. And I kind of feel like that they're not too happy with some of the changes that you made, but we'll let them explain it as we go through the PDF rule set here. So, without further ado, once again, Noah,
Hello,
and Zane,
Hi.
and they're part of a rather large D&D club at their high school. What's your current group right now? It's
like 10 people.
Oh yeah, our group is like 10 people. But there's like 80 people in the.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, your current group's 10 people, but the whole
club is 80 people.
Yeah, I mean, which is ridiculous, which is absolutely ridiculous. If we had 3 people in a D&D club back in the 80s.
We don't need to hide in the shadows like you nerds did.
So, here we go. So, Unearthed Arcana 2022. So, I've already said to Noah and Zane, I'm going to read this off, and if I feel there's something of something of pertinence for them to have a comment on, I will pause, but they will also may stop me at any given time if they feel like there's something they want to talk about. So here we go. Unearthed Arcana 2022 Character Origins. This was announced yesterday by Jeremy Crawford, Christopher Perkins, and Ray Winiger. Do you know those people?
Absolutely not.
Fantastic. We are.
No, I've heard of Jeremy Crawford.
And what's your opinion on Jeremy Crawford?
I have no idea.
Fantastic.
I've seen him once in a book.
Great opinions, Noah. You're doing great, buddy.
And when Zane talks, have the microphone this way because he sounds muted.
Well, that's the alligator's fault.
Okay. All right. So here we go. This document is the first in a series of Unearthed Arcana that present material designed for the Player's Handbook coming out in 2024. So what do you guys feel about another Player's Handbook coming out here in the next couple years?
It's not needed.
Okay.
There's already the first one, which pretty much covered everything.
And are you happy with the current rule set, or how about you, Zane? What's your opinion? Or I should say, Zane Alligator.
Good question. Give me like 50 hours to think about it.
Okay, so I will read through it. So immediately off the bat, we have someone who is 15 who feels like another Player's Handbook is not necessary. But, and this is not my opinion, this is his opinion, but we'll continue on. Except where noted. So the material here uses the rules in the 2014 Player's Handbook, except where noted. So what it says is this material here is using your familiar Player's Handbook, except what the changes are going to be noted here.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So providing feedback on this document is one of the ways you can help shape the next generation of D&D. Inside, you'll find the following content. Character races. Okay? There are race options being considered for the player's handbooks, all with updated design. Do you guys have any issue with that at all?
Not really.
Okay. Zane?
What he said.
Okay. Character backgrounds. Here you'll see the fun role that a character's background is going to play in helping flesh out the character's origin. So I got to ask, how pertinent do you feel like the background aspect in your current game plays?
I have never used background stuff ever beyond like first level.
Okay.
I use it for flair, but that's about it. Never really affected gameplay.
Okay. All right. So apparently that might change. That might change because backgrounds are going to play a more pertinent role in the not new edition of D&D, but One DnD, because there's no more editions. Okay, starting languages, and I gotta ask you guys, do you feel like starting languages is something that should be focused upon in an edition change, whether it's an edition change or not? But I mean, did you ever question the languages that your character started with?
It always just makes sense to be common plus your race's language plus intelligence or whatever it was.
Okay, Zane?
Yeah, it just makes sense for like your character race plus common, unless they can't speak common, and then the int mod.
Okay.
Or what backstory is the backstory.
Right. So starting languages. The section specifies the number of languages a character knows when created. So do you feel? I mean, how do you feel about that being something that they're focusing upon in this playtest? I mean, do you feel that it's something that needs a focus?
It's not needed whatsoever.
Okay. Now, how about you, Zane?
What's a common?
All right. Feats. Okay, so here's a big change. Here is a big change for you guys as you're used to. So, feats. Every first level feat mentioned herein.
There's first level feats.
I'm sorry?
Feats are levelless. You can pick any feat at any level.
Well, apparently that might be changing. How do you guys feel about that?
Unnecessary. It was like the feats were a perfectly fine system before.
Okay. Zane?
As long as I still get Heavy Armor Master, I don't care.
Okay. And if you don't?
Bad game. 0 out of 10.
So, first level feats mentioned herein appears in the feats section, which contains both new and revised feats. Okay? So we're all happy with new and revised feats, right?
I'm happy with new, but definitely not revised.
Okay. All right. So we've got another section here called Rules Glossary. Rules Glossary. In this document, any term followed by an asterisk appears in a glossary at the end. This glossary defines certain rules terms that appear in the document, focusing on terms that have been clarified or redefined or that don't appear in the 2014 Player's Handbook. So, okay. Yeah. You probably would have figured that out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Definitely not. I'm stupid.
Okay. Well, we all know alligators only have a brain this big.
Yeah, and you definitely don't.
Dude, you're in my house.
This is my house. What are you talking about? I own it.
All right. Before delving into these new options, please read This is Player Test Material.
Don't care.
Did you not realize this already?
No, I had zero clue. I thought this was like 100% released. Like a million people play tested it. It was 100% approved. Zero problems whatsoever. Everybody loves it.
Zane?
Yeah, I knew it was play tested. He's just stupid.
Sidebar. To learn more about the design in this article, we invite you to view the accompanying video. And there's no link.
Beautiful.
All right. So, this is playtest material, guys. The article is presented for playtesting and feedback. This D&D material is in draft form, usable in your D&D campaign.
No, it's not. We're not using this. You can't make us. You can hold a gun to our head, and we are not using this.
What if there's something you like in it? Will you do it in your campaign then?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll see if you'll change your mind as we get through it.
Okay, maybe.
Okay.
He
But
probably won't. He's wait, where am I?
when Zane's talking, hold the microphone to him.
I don't speak English.
He probably won't. He's very stubborn and stupid.
Okay.
What?
All right. Anyways, but not refined by full game development and editing. So, what they've just told you is they've given you a 21-page PDF that is not refined by full game development or editing. How do you feel about that?
So it's not being edited?
No, essentially what they're telling you that this is a play test that has not gone through the ringer. You're getting raw material here.
I wonder how many ways people will find to break it.
I hope they don't release it.
Okay. All right. Now, mind you, I got to make a disclaimer here. My son's opinion, and likewise his friends, is not influenced by me whatsoever. This is purely their raw opinion.
It's entirely influenced by him. Don't listen to what he says. It's lies.
We're being kidnapped.
They've been playing they've been playing D&D for good 5 years now.
6, 5, or
Yeah.
that.
Something like that.
Yeah, and they've embraced it. They've enjoyed it. Of course, they branched out into other games, but they have a strong opinion, like anyone does. But once again, this is this is the I believe that children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
I will have exactly 0 impact on society.
I'm an alligator.
Anyways, so it isn't officially part of the game, Noah and Zane. This is not officially part of the game yet. Okay? Feedback. The best way for you to give us feedback on this material is in the survey we'll release on D&D Beyond. Do you guys have a D&D Beyond account?
No.
Wait, what?
No.
Well, how do you expect to continue to play D&D without having a D&D Beyond account?
I don't. I'll just go play like what's another RPG game?
Morkborg.
Yeah, go play Morkborg by the art designed by Johan something and Dead People.
All right, continuing on. So yes, if we decide to make this material official, it will be refined based on your feedback, and then it will appear in a D&D book. So no, you're officially right now, before we get into this, your official feedback is
Don't.
okay, and Zane, your official feedback is
I don't know. I'll probably just play it once to see what it's like, but I'll probably just stick with 5e,
okay.
maybe.
But you do realize
D&D 1.
There's no more editions.
That's dumb.
It's all D&D. Noah?
Go back to 0.5. I want 5.1 edition.
Okay, the alligator has an opinion.
The alligator doesn't have an opinion. I'm just here to bite Noah.
Okay. All right. So, next page, power level. Okay.
What?
Yeah, power level. Here we go. This is something sounds like it's new to you guys, right? Okay. The character options you read here might be more or less powerful than the options in the player's handbook, 2014. If a design survives playtesting, we adjust its power to the desirable level before official publication. This means an option could be more or less powerful in its final form.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's a disclaimer. You guys
Fair enough.
Okay, all right. So it's a general disclaimer. Determining your origin. Okay, so we're getting into the nuts and bolts. We're getting into the changes that is going to be different than what you guys are used to. So determining your origin. After choosing your character's class, meaning you pick what?
Fighter.
Okay, yep.
Sorcerer, warlock,
Yep.
bard,
And
paladin.
okay, and the alligator?
Peasant railgun.
It doesn't work.
It's time to consider your
It'll work, damn it! Let it work. Give it a chance.
All right, it's
Please.
it's time to consider your character's origin. Okay, you know what an origin is. You
No, I
guys
don't.
are 15 years old, hopefully. Who are the character's ancestors? Okay, these are basic questions. I mean,
Yeah.
now these are questions you may ask, right, when you're making a character, or you may not. But And how did the character spend the years leading up to a life of adventure? So this is backgrounds, right?
Isn't this literally just what a backstory is for?
Correct. But they're making it part of the rules, I guess. So let's continue on. To help answer those questions, you choose 3 things for your character. So they have turned a backstory into, I guess, rules. Is that how you interpret it?
What?
Okay. Zane?
Okay.
All right. So, a race. Okay. Well, I mean, it seems like that they're rewarding things that should be pretty obvious, right? Is that how? Is that? I mean, by all means, do not let me lead you, because I want your guys' opinion. So we have a race, a background, and a language.
You don't start.
Right.
Language. Dragonborn speech draconic.
Right, but pretty much how are languages determined in 5e?
Depending on your race and your intelligence.
But does everyone get common?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna make a human mystic that only speaks Thri-Kreen. 1D&D is fun, trust me.
Yeah. Totally balanced.
Balance is not an issue when it comes to life, trust me.
All right. So, 3 things for 1D&D. Race, background, and specifically a language. A character's race represents ancestry.
I'm gonna speak Umber Hulk.
And confers game traits to the character. So your race gives you certain perks, is what they're saying, right? A character's background is a collection of characteristics that represent the place and occupation that were most formative for the character. So, what you did up until the point that you decided to, cast Stinking Cloud, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The character origin overview table.
To cast Stinking Cloud, I just didn't take a shower for 15 years.
We know that.
My name is Noah. Excuse you. Excuse you?
The character origin overview table lists the traits your character gains from race and backgrounds. Okay, so we've got, it seems, now, what's your opinion? Have they really changed the initial aspect of character creation?
They just made it more annoying.
Okay.
They just added, I don't know why they divided it up like that.
Okay.
When it was just race and background.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about, you have to pick language.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much it. It's not that bad so far.
Yeah, it's not getting to the point where we're getting angry yet. He will though, because he's stupid. But yeah, it's a bit more annoying and like over complex for how simple 5e's character creation is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So moving on. Okay, so we have a breakdown of the character origin overview. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
So we have your race trait, creature type, description. Every character and monster in the game has a creature type, asterisk. So asterisk means something is defined at the end of the playtest. So does that have any difference in any way with you guys?
Isn't that just race?
I suppose, but I mean, I guess without definition, it's hard to say, right?
My creature type is wood elf.
Right, but I mean, you can also play kobold, orc, lizard man, aboleth, and
They won't let us play aboleth.
Alligator.
There you go. Okay, so maybe we'll look at the asterisks and go from there. So next we have your size. Character size determines the amount of space a character occupies as explained in the player's handbook. So that doesn't change. Speed. Speed fuels the character's movement as explained in 2014 player's handbook. So the dynamic of speed within the game doesn't change. So that's nothing new. Okay?
Why does speed matter when you just make a level 20 monk, cast haste, use Boots of Blinding Speed, make it a tabaxi, and go the speed of light in a single turn? It's that easy.
Shut up, nerd. Okay.
Yeah, shut up, nerd.
Okay, lifespan. Okay, have you ever given now? Granted, I'm not pissing on anyone who wants to actually physically determine their character's age and track that within D&D, because actually, depending on the game you're playing, that plays a pertinent part within D&D, and it does within other games. But one of the things they're notating here is lifespan. Lifespan is an average for a member of the race, assuming the dangers of adventure don't shorten that span. So, So that plays
Hardy hard.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never encountered like a lifespan like old age thing ever.
Okay.
I forgot what I was going to say. Take the mic away from me.
Okay. Special traits. Each race provides special traits, a collection of abilities that the character gained from their ancestors.
Okay.
Now, do you know what that means yet?
Proficiency in woodworking tools. Make bones out of bodies.
I've handed down this
tools out
this
of bones.
Phillips screwdriver from my grandfather to your grandfather, and now this Phillips screwdriver is yours. You get a +1 to tools, right?
Yeah.
Isn't this just what being a tiefling is? Just getting stuff because of your grandpa?
It's a good question. That's a good point. So, okay, carrying on. Background trait, ability score bonus, a background. Okay, so in case you weren't aware, races or,
Creature type.
no longer gets ability bonuses based upon their race.
Why? Orcs should physically be stronger than halflings no matter what their background is.
Okay. Now, do you feel that there's any weak orcs?
Yeah, but the weak orcs are going to be stronger than the strongest halfling by a lot.
Okay.
You don't know. Maybe that halfling is just a gym bro. Bro, man.
So in your D&D game, there's CrossFit halflings.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Maybe. All right. So I take it you guys take a little bit of exception to the fact that that the racial abilities are removed and now it's being redistributed elsewhere. I mean, be honest, it's fine.
Yeah, it's weird that backgrounds do plus bonuses rather than races.
Okay.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense how saying you're a guild artisan will just instantly make you a more charismatic person than like most races which are born with natural +1 to affinity for some reason.
Well, here's
Things in Dragonborn are scary.
Well, here's the thing. It's not getting you a bonus in a particular ability. It grants a +2 bonus to one ability score. So you get to choose. So if you're a blacksmith, you can choose to put that +2 in charisma, dexterity, constitution, whatever you want, even though your background may conflict with that. I don't know. These are some of the things that people are kind of like questioning on the internet in regards to the ability score bonus based on backgrounds. And what do you guys feel about that?
Talk about it first, dumbass.
Okay, moving on. Skill proficiencies. You get 2 skill proficiencies from a background. So blacksmith, you get 2 skill proficiencies.
Okay.
You okay with that? Does that change anything for you?
I mean, it makes sense to get skill proficiencies from being a blacksmith, but not a stat increase.
Right, okay. All right, tool proficiency. Each background gives you a 2 proficiency with 1 tool.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. Language. Okay, a character learns 1 language from a background. So you get a language for the race you choose, and you get another language from your
I
background.
mean, I guess
Okay.
it can make sense, but only with certain backgrounds like Sage.
Right. Okay. I mean,
Sage already gave out an extra language.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the big change. Feat. Here's the one you've been waiting for. Each background provides a first level feat, which begs your question earlier was, are feats leveled now? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope not.
Each background provides a first level feat, a special ability acquired in the character's past. And what those feats are, I don't know. I mean, if you grew up as a scribe, in, Waterdeep, what feat would you choose?
Heavy Armor Master.
Heavy Armor Master. Easy.
Lucky.
Yeah,
Let's go, Heavy Armor Master. High five.
So you guys kind of see a bit of the issue here with I'm a scribe, really, and I'm technically a robot covered in chitin armor, right? Okay. Chitin. Oh, thank you. You're not smarter than me. Okay, and then finally equipment. Your background provides you with starting equipment. That doesn't really change. Okay. So race and background together bring your character's backstory into focus, and they distinguish the character from other members of the same class. So meaning if you're a fighter with a different background, you're different than another fighter with a different background. Okay. For example, two characters might be both members of the fighter class, but if one is a human guard and the other is a dwarf gladiator, the two bring different capabilities and flavor to the class, just like what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Level 1, human fighter, folk hero background, killed god. Done. It's that easy character creation, I tell you what.
All right. Race and background. Okay, wait. After choosing a race and background, you choose a language that your character knows, in addition to the common tongue, and whatever language you gain from your background. So immediately,
everyone's like trilingual.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat. People didn't do that. I can barely speak English. Wizards know every single language.
They speak, wizards can't.
Yeah, wizards can't do anything good.
Wizards can't cast fireball until level 7 now.
All right. So there you go. So immediately off the bat, you are a trilingualist. You are what most would consider exceptionally talented, regardless of your intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
All right.
doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Especially if you're a dumb as rocks barbarian. I can speak Common and Dwarven and Celestial and Elven and Gnome and Undercommon.
Okay. So the problem there, Noah, is no one wants to speak Gnome.
Understandable.
Let me speak gnome. I'm done now. That's
all right.
You get.
All right. So the combination. Okay. So continuing on, the combination of race, background, and languages provides fertile soil for your imagination. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Character races. When you choose your character race, you determine whether your character is a member of the human race or a fantastical race.
So human and everyone else?
I guess that's what they're saying.
Hey, maybe
No, Mike.
Maybe trogdolites are human races.
Wait, trogdolites? That sounds like an ice cream I just got from the ice cream truck. Yes, sir. I'd like a cookie crumble and a trogdolite, please.
I bet you would like a trogdolite, wouldn't you?
All right, moving on. Enough crap from the alligator. Okay, so the document provides description and rules for the following race options. So here are the new current races that are going to be presented with whenever D&D 1 or One DnD or whatever comes out. Human, of course. Ardling. Do you know what an Ardling is? Okay. Dragonborn, Dwarf, Elf, Gnome, Halfling, Orc, and Tiefling.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything you feel that is missing from the list that you would like?
Half elf, half orc.
Okay. Okay. Now there might be options for that, so we'll get to that in a minute.
I can name a couple of races that are missing.
What?
Literally everything from all the 5e expansion books.
Yeah, where's Thrycreen and Lizard Folk?
You mean the money
and Yuan-Ti Purebloods?
You mean the books?
Especially Yuan-Ti Purebloods.
You mean the books you paid money for?
No.
Well, the books I paid money for.
Yeah.
The books you definitely legally acquired, totally.
Oh, that's different. You have that conversation with your D&D club president. Moving on. The description of each race includes a section of game traits, which your character gains if you select the race. Well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I select the race, anyways. Okay, I didn't write this. NPCs of the same ancestry don't necessarily have the same traits.
Huh?
What?
What?
Okay. Okay. All right. So, okay. I mean, once again, this is the new take on where D&D is going. How do you feel about the fact that, your elves are going to be different than NPC elves?
Why?
No elf is different. They're all just ripoffs from Lord of the Rings. Don't listen to what anyone else tells you.
Elves in D&D are shorter than humans, though.
Shut up.
Okay, so you're exceptional, but NPCs may or may not. Okay, all right. Let's see here. As explained in the Monster Manual, the traits here pertain to player characters. So player characters alone. Do you remember when we were talking about kobolds a while ago when they made those particular changes?
Kobolds can suddenly be scary, even though they're like this big.
Right. Okay.
You don't know. Maybe he has like really big teeth.
Okay. All right. So here's something new. Here's something new to you guys. Children of different humanoid kinds. Okay. So I think this kind of falls into your question about what about half elves and whatnot.
Orcs,
Things.
half Thrycreen?
Ew.
No.
Ew. Maybe. Thanks to magical workings of the multiverse. Now, this is the new push that D&D is pushing the multiverse thing with Spelljammer and the monsters of the multiverse and where they're going with that. Humanoids of different kinds sometimes have children together. For example, folk who have a human parent and an orc or an elf parent are particularly common. Many other combinations are possible. So it's like Tetris.
Okay.
If you like to play the child of such a wondrous pairing, choose 2 race options that are humanoid to present your parents. So Noah.
No half dragons? That's dumb.
Well, I mean, okay, here you go. Pick 2 humanoids to represent your parents. What would you choose?
Human and human.
Wow, you've just broke this whole game. Zane, and not Thrycreen.
Why not?
Moving on.
This is censorship.
Alligator, folk, and human.
Okay.
Whoa, bud.
All right. Then determine which of those race options provides you game traits. Okay. Size, speed, and special traits. So you guys get to make your own, half whatever. Okay. You can then mix and match visual characteristics, color, ear shape, and the like of the 2 options. For example, if your character has a halfling and gnome parent, you might choose halfling for your game traits and decide that your character has the pointed ears that are the characteristics of a gnome.
Why would you want to look like a gnome?
Because you like cookies? Oh, hold on, alligator.
I felt like making a dig at Keemstar, but I don't feel like getting you doxxed.
We'll edit this. Finally, determine the average of the 2 options lifespan traits to figure out how long your character might live. For example, a child of a halfling and a gnome has an average lifespan of 288 years. I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, that's not how that's not how math works.
What do you mean?
Noah, if you want to determine how long you live, just divide how long me and your mother live, and you will learn how long you live. Right?
No.
Hey. Let's do the math. If Scott is 800,000 years old, and Noah's mom is like, I don't remember how old she is, then Noah will be like...
She's 36 as far as you're concerned. Go on.
My concerns are none of your concern. Noah will end up being like 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Okay, so So there you go. So that is the basic breakdown. If you wanted to mix up your races, Noah, do you feel like having? How do you feel about that? I feel like I'm leading you sometimes in questions, but I know how do you feel? How do you feel? Do you like the idea of being able to do what you want? Because I know that you do a lot of homebrewing.
I think like the race, like the half like whatever is fine, minus the age thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cool idea coming up with that half species thing, but some mechanics don't make sense. Like, you get to pick which parts are gameplay and which parts are a physical appearance and stuff like that. And the age thing was weird, even though I wasn't paying attention.
Right. I mean, no. Did you get to pick my nose when you were?
Not yet.
Not well. Wait for it. Did you get to pick the enormous amount of back hair you're going to get when you're 45?
No.
Okay. Well, they did. All right, here we go. Humans, the race that everyone seems to hate for some reason, even though they are human.
Humanity sucks! Embrace alligators.
Found throughout the multiverse. Okay, I got to stop here for a moment. What do you guys think about this turn? We're not dealing with planes.
They use the word multiverse a lot.
We're not dealing with dimensions.
Even though multiverse refers to like everything outside of the primordial soup.
Right, but now they're calling everything outside of, I guess, what you would consider the world you're in, the multiverse.
It's like the planes, or I guess the multiverse includes every single possible thing.
Right, but I mean,
not just 9 hells.
Are you guys now? Are you guys okay with this terminology? Okay, all right. How about the alligator?
I don't really care. I'm not as much as a D&D, fanatic like Noah is.
Oh, I've heard you say a lot of stuff, so don't deny it.
Shush.
All right. Okay, so terminology is changing. It's not necessarily the planes or dimensions. We're dealing with the multiverse. Humans are as varied as they are numerous. They are relatively short-lived, but they strive to achieve as much as they can in the years they are given. They are skilled pioneers and artisans. They are builders of nations, blah, 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 blah. Humans are as diverse in appearance as the people of the earth. They have many gods. Scholars dispute the origin of humanity.
It was literally said in multiple lore things that they evolved from like monkeys and Chult.
Right. Okay.
Or like somewhere, some swamp or whatever.
Right. But I mean, in a fantasy universe, it could be different, but most of them kind of still follow the same thing that we have here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But one of the earliest known human gatherings is said to have occurred in Sigil. Do you call it Sigil or Sigil?
Sigil.
Sigil.
That's how it's pronounced in real life. Sigil. Like a sigil is pronounced sigil, not seagull.
Alligator?
I'm not pronouncing it seagull.
Smeagol.
I'm never going to call it Sigil again. I'm going to call it Smeagol.
Smeagol.
The Taurus. The Taurus. I'm not familiar with that word. Do you know what that is?
Like a ring? I don't know.
Okay, maybe that means ring. Taurus. Zane, look it up while I'm talking.
I don't have my phone on me. I can dip real quick to grab it.
Okay, when you dip, we dip, I dip.
Revealing the alligator's identity.
That was not planned yet.
No, they can't see him. Don't worry about it. Okay, the Taurus-shaped city at the center of the multiverse and the place where the common tongue was born. So, there.
It wasn't.
But hold on a minute.
Why are they just changing lore? Out of nowhere. They're just retconning stuff.
So you're familiar with the lore of Sigil?
Very familiar.
Yeah. But
I don't like how they just retcon everything.
Okay. From there, humans could have spread to every corner of the multiverse, bringing Sigil's eclecticness with them. All right. Zane, did you find out what Taurus is yet? Taurus.
Sneak back. Give me a sec.
All right. So, Noah, how was D&D Club?
What?
We're waiting for Zane to get back. How was D&D Club?
It was.
Did you, how many? I mean, you haven't officially done member drive yet, right?
No.
No, but I mean, you still have a good 80 people involved, but you're going to get more. That's fantastic. Do you realize how awesome it would have been when I was your age to have, a D&D club with 8 people, let alone 80.
Yeah, it's because you're a big nerd.
Where do you think you got it from?
Oh, God. Okay. Alligator. Taurus. What does that mean?
Definition of Taurus. A large molding of convex profile commonly occurring as the lowest molding in the base of a column. The thickening of a membrane closing a wood spell split pit, having the secondary cell wall arched over the pit cavity. Torus. Shape. In geometry, a torus is a surface of revolution generated by a revolving circle in 3-dimensional spaces about an about an axis that is coplanar with the circle. If the axis of revolution does not touch the circle, the surface has a ring shape and is called a torus of revolution. It's a donut.
They could have just called it donut shape and saved everybody like the 5 minutes of reading that entire paragraph. They could have said donut instead of Taurus.
That
All
was
right.
like 2 different paragraphs.
Okay, so all right, so humans. Humans are diverse. Humans are all over the place. Humans like to propagate.
Blah, 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 blah.
And, okay, so here we go. Here is what you're going to be presented with in One DnD in regards to humans. Human traits, creature type, humanoid. Okay, so now I'm kind of seeing where they're going with it. So you're not a race, but you're a creature type, but your race is humanoid? Because they mentioned races, right?
Every single bipedal race that's like human sized should be humanoid.
What
Besides dwarves and short people.
What if a gelatinous cube grows legs and shrinks down to 5'7"?
It's a freak of nature and should be killed.
All this like creature type stuff is just, it's reminding me of the 2-weaponing thing from Savage Worlds.
Oh, go on.
Really weird and stupid and annoying dictionary, and it should just be like race or creed or something like that.
Or
don't want to
species.
call a human a humanoid. Don't want to call a thrycreen a thrycreenanoid.
Lizard Falconoid.
Or okay, so what about species? Would you be okay with species?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works a lot better than creature type.
Okay. What about something called an alk?
Huh?
Would an alk be called an alkanoid? Chemistry joke.
Ha he ha ha he hoo 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 ha ha.
All right,
he,
so
ha.
human traits. Creature type, humanoid. Size, medium, 4 to 7 feet tall. Or small, 2 to 4 feet tall.
Who's making 2 feet tall humans and still existing? Who is like this tall and going out adventuring and not getting stepped on and dying?
What if you want to make a child?
You shouldn't be making a child adventure.
Choose when you select the race. Okay. Your speed is 30 feet. Your speed is 30 feet.
Okay.
Okay. Your lifespan is 80 years on average.
Okay.
God,
right.
I hope it's longer than that.
About right.
Okay. As a human, you have these special traits. Resourceful. You gain inspiration, asterisks, whenever you finish a long
That could
rest.
be so exploitable because you could like stock up on it for like 20 long rests in a row. And during a big fight, you could just use inspiration after inspiration after inspiration and just like annihilate like a huge monster in a single round.
Okay. Alligator.
Get like a party of, I don't know, like 4 people or up. Make them all human fighters. Do a lot of long rests, and then just unleash hell on the first kobold or goblin you see.
Just drop 40 inspiration.
Yeah.
On something that's like 3 hit points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I got to ask you this question though. Okay. So it doesn't really say here. Can it be banked, right?
I hope not.
Okay, but I mean, as a DM, if it doesn't specifically say it can or cannot, how would you deal with players who go, well, it doesn't say?
I'm the DM. I say so.
Okay, alligator.
My word is law.
this game's inspiration is making me think of other TTRPGs as a luck mechanic.
Right.
And at the end of a session, it all just gets set back to a base.
Okay, now I'm going to hold you to that because there's actually something like that that's further on down the PDF. But
What the hell?
but still, I mean, if you felt like your player character's like, okay, so you made it through the forest, and there was you encounter nothing. We're gonna take a long rest.
I'm inspired.
Okay.
A tree looked like a big fella.
Okay, so skillful. You gain proficiency in one skill of your choice.
Okay.
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 Wasn't that already just like a thing?
Yeah, I thought that was a thing for
Okay.
all-
Yeah.
Variant human got a feat, so
Yeah,
sure. Human gets to pick a skill.
Right.
I hope they still have plus. Oh wait, never mind.
No. It's
Stupid.
no. There's no plus. Okay.
Bad game, 0 out of 10. Humans don't get +1 to everything.
Okay. Versatile. You gain the skill feat or another first level feat of your choice.
So it's what?
So feats are leveled?
It's not clear yet. It's not clear yet, which is a lot of problem with TT RPGs. Is there's a lot of explaining and expounding, but a lot of things that they talk about aren't presented in foresight. It's up to you to go through the rule book and find out what it is that they're referencing. So as it stands now, you have no fucking clue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alligator?
Where am I? Hold on, wait. Repositioning. Yeah, no clue.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Now we have a reference of human of many worlds, which I think is going to be a reference to everything on here, which is going to talk about like half whatever. On any given world in the multiverse,
Okay.
the material culture of humans can change from one region to another. Okay. In the Forgotten Realms, for example, the clothing, architecture, cuisine, music, and literature are widely different in the Western Heartlands than they are in the frozen north of Icewind Dale.
Fair enough.
True, but that's still within the same setting. It's not like, hey, guess what? Stuff in Forgotten Realms is different than it is in Planescape or in Sigil. As humans migrate, I think that's just a bad example. As humans migrate, they bring elements of the cultures with them, giving rise to diverse settlements that contain people with different physical characteristics, not to mention a medley of clothing styles, customs, and beliefs. Do you want that time back?
There's
Okay.
so much unnecessary stuff written here.
Okay. Ooh. Right. Hey, guess what?
Bundling.
Noah and Crocodile. Do you know what a human is?
No, I do not. What's a human? I've never heard of them. I know nothing about them.
Okay.
What's human me death roll?
Okay, here we go. Something new. Ardlings. Okay, so you have no idea what Ardlings are.
Nope.
Okay, Ardlings were kind of something that existed in prior editions, but we don't say editions anymore because there's no more editions.
It's a no word now. If you say it, Watsy's gonna come for you in the night.
Baby Watsy cries. Ardlings are supernal beings who are either born on the upper planes. Okay, so you know what the upper planes are, right?
Yeah, like the outer planes.
Well, but the upper planes.
So the good ones.
So yeah, so like the outer planes, but like not over the tracks. Okay,
Is that like Mount Celestia?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. The upper planes, it's like the planes, but higher. Or have one or more ancestors who originate there. Their bright souls shine with the light of immortal beings who call the upper planes home. So they're what does that remind you of?
There's just ASMR too.
Well, no, they're not. An Ardling has a head resembling that of an animal.
Oh. Okay.
Typically one with virtuous associations.
Alligator.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. What would you
Are
consider?
this being discriminatory towards animals? Are you
I
saying
think
that
they-
certain animals are evil? What is this?
What animal do you think is virtuous and what animal do you think is evil?
Snakes and most reptiles are really cool and friendly, but deers and a lot of mammals are actual hellspawn.
Oh, they're right assholes.
Yeah.
They will headbutt you without you least expect it, but snakes will just rest on you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think they're saying that. I think if
All Ardlings have snake heads.
I searched up Ardling, and this is the result.
Oh, go ahead, crocodile. No, no one can.
You see it.
I'm not putting that on screen. I don't want my channel canceled. Fuck. All right.
I don't think anyone will.
Okay, depending on the animal, the Ardling might also have soft fur. Okay, immediately.
So it's just a furry race, but holy.
No scales, downy feathers, or supple bare skin. But what if I want scales?
Well, too bad.
No,
everyone
no
knows.
scales.
Everyone knows
Scales
that.
are for evil stuff.
Yeah, everyone knows that reptiles are evil creatures. Nobody likes them ever. They're horrible, evil.
What'd you just say about me?
So does that mean that that turtles are evil too?
Yeah, they're evil creatures. Everyone knows that.
Because they're slow. You know what else is evil? Because they're slow. Grandmas.
All right. The Ardling celestial legacy determines the animal it resembles. Okay, so
Okay.
I thought you get to pick something, but if you choose a legacy, okay. Anyways, okay. An Ardling gains a measure of magical power from their celestial legacy, as well as the ability to manifest spectral wings.
So it's just ASMR too, except furry.
ASMR, yeah.
As an Ardling's moral and ethical outlook is self-determined.
Snake
Ow.
Ardling.
However,
Not moral, undetermined.
however, not fixed by their ancestry. The three celestial legacies are as follows: Exalted, the fierce passions of Arborea, the heroic heart of Ysgard, and the wondrous nature of Beastlands call to Ardlings who have the exalted celestial legacy. Their celestial ancestors are heroic champions of the chaotic good plains. Okay.
Okay.
No, nothing wrong with that.
Protector ASMR. That's just what it is. I have the ASMR subraces list up.
Perfect.
And for everything you list, I'm just going to name the other one.
Excellent. Here we go. Heavenly, the blissful harmony of Arcadia, the unwavering justice of Mount Celestia, and the bucolic paradise of Bitopia. What's Bitopia?
The one with gnomes.
Oh,
No
no wonder I don't know what it is. Fuck gnomes. Anyways, touch the. Oh, sorry.
I really hate gnomes.
I really don't hate gnomes, but it's just fun to say you hate gnomes, like everyone says they hate 4E. Anyways,
I'm going to stomp on one.
all right.
We decide if it's a gnome or a 4E PHB.
Bitopia. Touch the souls of Ardlings who have the heavenly celestial legacy. Their celestial ancestors are staunch defenders of the lawful good plains. Alligator.
Scourge.
Idolic. The Idolic celestial legacy connects Ardlings not only to the Beastlands and Bitopia. Wait, what?
So it's huh?
Wait.
Is it just exalted again?
But also to the eternal compassion of Elysium. The celestial ancestors are paragons of kindness who hail from the neutral good plains. Alligator?
Normal ASMR. There's no fallen one.
Yet.
There's never going to be one. Have you seen what Watsy's doing?
Ardling traits. Humanoid. That's their creature type.
Okay.
Medium, 4 to 7 feet tall. Wow. Or small, 3 to 4 feet tall.
Okay, so they're just bigger than humans, no matter what.
Kinda not. I don't know.
They have a minimum size that's 1 foot higher than humans.
Speed 3 feet. Lifespan 200 years on average. Okay. As an Ardling, you get these special traits. Are you ready? Buckle in. Angelic flight. As a bonus action, you sprout spectral wings for a moment and fly up to a number of feet equal to your speed. So you can fly up to 30 feet
Okay.
on a bonus action.
Do I even need to say it?
Hold on. You can say it at the end. If you are in the air at the end of this movement, you fall if nothing is holding you aloft?
So you just give up?
Wait, let me give a demonstration. I love being
Hardly.
So it's just a jump. It's just a really big jump.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
you just go,
You
ooh, I
heard
can
of
fly.
You've heard of a high long jump. Now get ready for Ardling flight.
You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. So you can jump and fall so many times.
Oh, I love being able to jump and fall 2 times until I'm level 5.
And you
then 3 times until I'm level 11.
And you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, Celestial Legacies. Here you go. Legacy, Exalted, Suggested Animals for Legacy. Ready?
Okay.
So this is the upper echelon. This is what you want to be if you are Exalted. Cat. Eagle. Goat.
Eagles and goats are... Goat? Isn't that supposed to be like evil stuff?
Mule.
I don't like mules. They're ugly. Wait, mules aren't actual animals.
Your first...
Wait, never mind. Wait.
First level.
Yeah.
Thaumaturgy.
You're thinking of a donkey.
Donkeys are natural.
You're natural.
Third level is Divine Favor, and 5th level is Lesser Restoration. Now, I'm confused because I didn't hear anything mentioned about them being able to cast something.
Yeah,
They're holy. They can... They
do whatever they want.
But-
this is just worse ass smart.
Okay, all right, there we go. So, Heavenly. Elephant, owl, pig, or stork.
Yo, I can be a cop.
Hey, now. Light, Cure Wounds, Zone of Truth.
Oh, boy.
Idolic, bear, dog, raven, or toad. You realize there's no snakes here.
They're super discriminatory towards animals. This is like purely based off stigma from like thousands of years ago. Because one dude like stepped into a snake pit, he got bit. Suddenly he hated all snakes because he was dumb. But snakes are friendly. They just kind of go tss, and they don't bug you.
What about it? What about crocodiles?
I hate crocodiles. They're evil, but alligators are nice. They're friendly. You can pet an alligator.
I can't tell.
Go pet an alligator right now. Nothing bad will happen.
For the sake of this... I am the nicest alligator ever, and it is so harmful and hurtful to see what they are doing.
All right, so moving on.
Are you speaking for the entire alligator community?
Okay.
No.
All right, so moving on. It's going to take forever to get through this, so I'm going to kind of go a bit quickly here. So, Celestial Legacy, okay? You are the recipient of a Celestial Legacy that grants you magical abilities. Choose a legacy from the Celestial Legacies table. Exalted, associated with chaotic good planes, heavenly, associated with lawful good planes, or idolic, associated with neutral good planes. Zane, comment? These are what?
Asimar.
Right.
Protector, Scourge.
You sorry. You gain the initial benefit of the chosen legacy, a cantrip that you learn. You also choose the animal you most closely resemble. The table provides a few suggestions for each legacy. You don't gain wings by choosing an animal that can fly.
That's dumb.
Starting at 3rd level and again at 5th level, you gain the ability to cast a higher level spell. God, I hope so. With this trait, as shown on the table.
I'm going to be level 20 and not know how to cast Firebolt.
Once you cast Once you cast a spell with this trait, you can't cast that spell with it again until you finish a long rest.
Okay.
However, you can cast the spell using any spell slots you have of your appropriate level. So, you can already break your racial abilities by choosing a particular class. How do you feel about that? Does it matter to you at all?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Some people will take issue with that. Some people won't. Doesn't really matter.
You better take issue with it.
Wait, where am I?
Okay. Intelligence, wisdom, or charisma is your spell casting ability. Take your pick.
All of them.
I want to stack all of them, and I have like a spell DC of 33.
Better have evasion, bud.
All right. Choose the ability when you select the legacy.
No.
Okay.
I choose Constitution.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
You're resistant to radiant.
You have resistance to radiant damage. Everybody. Doesn't matter who you are. You have resistance to radiant damage if you're an Arden. Now, how do you feel? How do you feel about that as a DM?
No races get resistant to necrotic, so why should races get resistant to radiant?
Because they're not a snake. I mean, right now, the fact that I have the light on right now, Zane's alligator is slowly dying. He's not resistant to radiant damage.
You just got microwave.
You're not resistant to radiant damage.
Your mom. I win. All right. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, more.
Yeah. So no. How do you feel about that? Does this now, in your knowledge? I mean, you guys play 5e way more than I do. I know you guys have been through the books. No, you have modified the rules, made your homebrew and stuff. Is there anything that you feel? Is there anything that you know of that's resistant to radiant damage, or should be resistant to radiant damage?
Most Celestials are resistant to radiant damage, and I think Crystal Dragons, or one of the Gem Dragons, is immune to radiant damage.
But those are Celestials. These are Ardents. They're different, aren't they?
These are humanoid, not Celestials, so they should not be resistant.
Right. Okay. Well, then we move on.
Do I just not get to talk?
Oh, I'm sorry, Alligator. Go on.
I want to take this moment to tell Noah he's stupid because, Aasimar are resistant to necrotic damage and Celestial, and you're just stupid.
Okay, yeah, well, Aasimars are better.
You're right, they are.
So they get a free pass.
Okay.
That's
So
what we call a bias, kids.
So Ardlings, would you if this was like, hey, here's how we're doing D&D tomorrow, would you use or allow Ardlings? No. Crocodile?
Paladin, Aasimar.
Okay. All right. So, but there's more. Ardlings of many worlds. So now we're going to see this a lot in here. I'm like I said, I'm going to try to get through this because we're this is going to be a long one. But Ardlings of many worlds. Ardlings bring a little bit of the upper planes with them wherever they go. Which essentially
they take a little bit in their pocket.
Essentially, they mean they're randy. You know what randy means, right?
No.
Oh well.
I'm 8 years old.
I know you're 15. I'm trying not to overexpose you to stuff, but essentially what they're saying is they get busy wherever they go. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. On many worlds, the first Ardlings use their magic of their celestial legacies to inspire and heal others. By virtue of their celestial legacy, some Ardlings strive to make the world a better place.
Prove it. I don't trust them.
Others use their supernatural gifts to be the best version of themselves they can be.
This is supernal.
Yeah, okay. Still, others are delighted to have a connection to the upper planes without the responsibility of always having to do the right thing. What?
Huh?
Okay.
Excuse me?
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you have all the powers, but none of the responsibilities. Yeah? No? Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go, because I know all of you have played Dragonborn. I think the first character that you rolled up, Noah, when you were like...
Gold Dragonborn fighter.
Gold Dragonborn when you were like 12.
Gold Dragonborn fighter for
Maybe
him.
even 11.
Yeah, 11.
You were young.
He was a Gold Dragonborn fighter. Our other friend was a Silver Dragonborn barbarian.
Right.
And me, being the best person I am in the entire group and D&D history, what else did I make but a Tiefling Warlock that didn't know Eldritch Blast?
That's why I don't run games for you anymore.
He was red too.
All right, Dragonborn, something you both are intimately,
They should be taller. I'm just immediately thrown out that they are only limited by 7 feet tall.
Right. Intimately familiar with. There we go. Jesus, it's a long day. Sorry, people. But here we go. So now you already know because of Fizzban and the
Fizzban's book was a nightmare.
They've changed the lore of Dragonborn. They've changed the lore of dragons.
Dragons have a counterpart in everything ever to exist ever.
Okay. True. Okay, but here we go. So bear with me as I read this, all right? The earliest Dragonborn hatched from the eggs of chromatic and metallic dragons.
No, they didn't. They came from when Toril and the other place split off. Like Abir Toril split in two.
Okay.
They came from the primordial side, which is ruled by primordials and dragons, and they were slaves to dragons.
Okay.
So they hated dragons.
Right.
They were not from dragons.
And you learned that from Rex and Jorfton, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think.
You did. You were watching that for years. Okay. One story holds that these eggs were blessed by the dragon gods Bahamut and Tiamat.
No, they weren't. Stop retconning stuff.
Who wanted...
Nobody asked for lore to be retconned. It was perfectly fine the way it is.
Who wanted to populate the worlds of dragons with people created in their image?
No one.
Another story. Okay, so they're saying this might be the case, might not be the case. So
there's 100% case that they've written down. Why did they have to like have this mindless? Okay, but maybe it's this, but we don't know.
Okay. Another story holds that dragons created the first Dragonborn without their god's blessings. Whatever their origin, wait, that's it? Oh, okay. Whatever their origin...
Maybe they weren't.
Hey! Whatever their origin, Dragonborn have made homes for themselves on the worlds of the material plane. Okay, well, that's true. Dragonborn look like wingless, bipedal dragons.
Yeah.
Scaly, bright-eyed, thick bone with horns on their heads.
Do they have tails?
Doesn't say. I guess not.
Bad. Dragonborn have tails. I don't care what it says in the player's handbook.
Okay. Dragonborn of chromatic ancestry have scales that are black, blue, green, red, or white, and likewise brass, bronze, copper, gold, or silver.
Yeah.
When two Dragonborns whose scales of different colors produce a child,
rock, paper, scissors.
their offspring scales match those of one parent or the other. Well, I mean, can't you have
like a mix of colors?
Brass red,
bread,
right? White gold. Hey, there you go.
Gold,
white gold. Green
and red.
Greens,
red?
Brown, ugly, poo-poo color.
I mean, at this point, anything he makes is going to be brown, right? Okay, like their draconic ancestors, Dragonborn can excel acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. One can tell the type of energy a Dragonborn breathes by the color of a Dragonborn's scales. But wait, if they happen to be like, half, if I choose red, can I not choose the breath weapon of my mother, father?
That's stupid.
Brother, sister? Okay, Dragonborn traits. Creature type, humanoid.
Okay.
Size, medium, about 5 to 7 feet. So you have no choice. You can't be 2 to 3 feet tall.
Good. Dragonborn are like 7 feet tall.
And you only live 80 years on average.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes
As
sense.
a Dragonborn, you have these special traits. So here comes the changes. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Draconic ancestry. Your lineage stems from a draconic progenitor. Choose the type of dragon from the draconic ancestry. Oh God, really? Okay. You're red or green or blue or purple or yellow. Okay. All right. Next up, breath weapon. As an action, you exhale destructive energy in a 15-foot cone. Stays the same.
Yeah.
Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw against a DC equal to 8 plus your constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay. On a failed save, a creature takes 1d10 plus your character level in damage of the type determined by your draconic ancestry trait.
Bad. It,
3d6.
Yeah, 3d6. 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 3d6.
Okay?
3d6 was better.
Why do you think they changed it?
Because they wanted to make it worse, even though it was pretty balanced. It wasn't that OP to have 3d6 per, I think it was proficiency.
Okay?
I think it was just like a set amount per long rest, not proficiency.
No, damage.
Okay? So on a successful save, your breath weapon in this version can do a maximum of 6 points of damage.
Huh?
Acid, frost.
But what about stuff like poison, where it's a Constitution saving throw? Too bad. You dodge being gassed.
Okay, you can use this breath weapon a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Comments? So
Nobody asked for this. Don't change stuff unless people ask to change it.
you have resistance to the damage type determined by your draconic ability trait.
Okay.
Okay? Dark vision.
Yes! Oh, is this where we get to Dragonborn? And
They gave Dragonborn's dark vision now.
Yeah, I know. I just read it on my phone.
Okay, so you get dark vision with a range of 60 feet.
This is one of the only changes I support.
Okay.
Dragonborn should get
Are you
dark
just gonna
vision.
take the Dragonborn dark vision rule from 1D&D and run with it now?
Yes.
Works for me. I like Dragonborn. I like dark vision.
Okay, so why do you feel that Dragonborn deserve dark vision?
Because they came from dragons or according to this, they came from dragons
Okay.
who can speed in the dark.
Okay.
They should also they should also have blind sight.
Did you say pee in the dark? I
Yeah,
would
they pee in the dark.
love to pee in the dark.
Yeah, they have
'cause
dark vision so they can pee in the dark
have,
too.
have you seen the toilet seat?
In yours?
No, in yours. I've seen your toilet seat. You need dark vision.
They also should get blind sight because they're also according to this from dragons.
Okay, so we see a plus here. We see that you hate the breath weapon change, but you like the dark vision change. Okay.
He likes what benefits him. He dislikes what doesn't.
As anyone does. That's given. Okay, so Draconic language. You instinctively know the language of dragons.
Wow, shocker.
You can therefore speak, read, and write Draconic. Now, do you feel that Draconic language should be universal, or do you feel it should be determined by their color?
Universal.
Universal. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. I agree. Some people may feel like red dragon should be red dragon, this and that, but no.
That makes
I'm
no
gonna make
sense.
a Drew.
It's like saying different elves should speak different.
It's like alignment.
Make a blue
It's
dragon that
like
speaks green dragonese.
It's like saying like separate elves should speak separate elven. No, they don't. Besides Drow, which speak undercommon.
I mean,
And they also speak elven. Speak elven.
but they're still undercommon.
Yeah, but they also speak elven.
So should there be Draconic and under Draconic? I mean,
is there
why
an
not?
under dragon? Wait, don't answer that. There is.
there is an
Deep
under
dra-
dragon.
Yeah, there is. There's deep dragons. I mean, I'm pretty sure deep dragons. speak
Anyways,
undercommon.
enough with stupid languages. Nobody gives a shit, right? Yeah. Okay. Dragonborn of many worlds. So Dragonborns aren't, eclectic enough. There's Dragonborns who exist in other worlds. Like dragons, Dragonborn have a mystical bond to the material plane and spread across its many worlds. On some worlds, the earliest Dragonborn settlements were built near dragon lairs so that Dragonborn can pay tribute to their dragon progenitors.
No.
Okay? Many of these ancient settlements still exist. Do they?
No.
For example, here we go. The dragon-ruled continent of Argonessen on the world of Eberron has Dragonborn cities tucked among its mountain ranges. So here you go. On a particular setting, it exists.
Okay.
But does that tell you it's universal?
No.
Because previously it seems like it's universal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Has Dragonborn cities... Okay, on other worlds, Dragonborn ply their skills in settlements populated mostly by non-Dragonborn, fulfilling an urge to expand their presence and influence much as dragons do. Okay. So Dragonborn. From an A to F, what would you give the Dragonborn change?
Everything F, Dark Vision S+.
C.
I'm not talking about Sonic the Hedgehog settings. A to F.
C.
Shut up.
Okay.
It would have been F if it weren't for the dark vision.
Okay, so
change.
C, alligator.
Reveal yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Whoa.
Okay.
C as well.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going on, let's see here.
An hour.
We're going on an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to get through dwarves, and we're going to take a little break. Okay? And then what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and post this video, and then we will continue on maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow, but we will get through this, and you will get the honest opinion from
Joe.
and
The alligator.
and you will know what the future holds for those who like D&D but don't really agree with the changes involved. Okay, so dwarves. You ready?
No.
Okay. Resilient like the mountains. You ready for a poem? Dwarves were raised from the earth in the elder days by a deity of the forge.
Blah 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 blah.
Called by various names on different worlds, Moradin, Rorix, and others.
Like Rorikstead from Skyrim?
Yes, exactly. The gods gave dwarves an affinity for stone and metal and for living underground.
Okay.
Squat, even though they can probably be 6 feet tall, and often bearded. Sorry. The original
Beards without
dwarves.
dwarves are not real dwarves, so they're short humans.
The
Beards without dwarves?
Yes, beards without dwarves.
That sounds like a cool role-playing game. You guys should make it.
Beards without dwarves.
Beards without dwarves. Squat and often bearded, the original dwarves carved mountains and strongholds into mountainsides and under the earth. Their oldest legends tell of conflicts with the monsters of mountaintops in the Underdark. Whether these monsters were towering giants or subterranean horrors, inspired by those tales, dwarves of any culture often sing of valorous deeds, especially of the little overcoming the mighty. It sounds like a good,
Okay.
just base, story telling you what dwarves are like. Easy peasy. Creature type. What do you think? Humanoid.
Yeah.
Medium, 4 to 5 feet tall. Speed, 30 feet. How do you feel about dwarves maintaining the same speed as everything else?
Their legs are like this big. They should walk like 5 feet slower at least.
Okay, but I mean, are you okay with the change? I mean, would you
Sure.
would you have it? Would you? Let me put it
They
this
should
way.
be slower.
No, as an emerging DM, if someone came to you and said, "Hey, man, One DnD says dwarves should be able to run the same as humans," come on, would you enforce it or would you allow it?
I would enforce it. I
So
would not allow it to have pretty much have any changes in this besides the Dragonborn Dark Vision.
okay, and how about you, alligator?
Oh, I gotta find. Okay, there we go. From the what is it? I can't.
Speed, dwarves, same as
Dwarf-
humans.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Dwarves are stubby little bastards compared to humans,
Mm-hmm.
so it doesn't make sense for them to be at the same speed because that was like the whole fun of them was that they were shorter, smaller, angrier, and stupider, and drunker.
And hairier.
What games are you playing when I'm not around?
Minecraft.
All right, here we go. Dwarf traits. Okay. Humanoid, 4 feet, 4 to 5, 30 feet, 350 years on average. As a dwarf, you have these special traits. Dark vision.
Okay.
Okay. 60 feet.
Okay.
Has that changed?
No.
Okay. Resilience. Dwarven resilience. You have resistance to poison damage.
Yeah.
You also have advantage on saving throws you make to avoid or end the poison condition
Okay,
on
so it's
yourself.
basically the same as it was.
Okay. Toughness. Your hit point maximum increases by 1 and increases by 1 again whenever you gain a level.
Why? No, they should have just stuck with the stat bonuses.
But I mean, here's the thing. What if you rolled low and you put that low roll in the Constitution? You're not getting any sort of hit point bonuses, right?
You're a dwarf. Int and charisma dump stats.
Yeah, if you're a dwarf and you don't have a beard or constitution, you're just a short human.
Forge-wise.
You're just a dwarf, not a dwarf.
Okay, forge-wise. Your divine creator gave you an uncanny affinity for working with stone or metal. You gain tool proficiency with 2 of the following options: jeweler's tools, mason's tools, smith tools, or tinker's tools.
Which dwarf is picking tinker's tools over smith's tools?
Because he likes gnomes.
An artificer dwarf.
But that's a gnome.
Yeah, gnomes are stupid and dumb and nobody likes them. Everybody likes dwarves because they kill elves.
Everyone likes dwarves because they've played Deep Rock Galactic.
Moving on. Okay, so here we go. Something new. Stone Cunning. As a bonus action, you gain Tremor Sense. Y'all know what Tremor Sense is, right?
Like the stuff that subterranean creatures like purple worms have, where they can make out like the way something looks just by feeling the vibrations in stone.
Alligator?
The thing Toph from Avatar has.
Okay. With a range of 60
That's
feet.
blindsight.
You shut up.
With a range of 60 feet for 10 minutes. You must be on a stone surface or touching such a surface to use this tremor sense. The stone can be natural or worked. How do you feel about that?
Doesn't make sense. That's not like a special ability. Like they don't have like things about their body where they can magically sense that someone walking 60 feet away.
Essentially, you have predator sense through stone.
No.
No?
No.
So they just gave him the ability of the CIA?
You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus.
Proficiency bonus.
And you regain all expended uses when you finish the long rest. So it's got a limit of 10 minutes. But when that 10 minutes runs out, if you have a proficiency bonus above 1, you get to use it again. Why not just let it just be an ability?
Yeah, I just let it be like constant.
Yeah. Okay, Dwarves and Mini Worlds. On some worlds in the multiverse, the first dwarven settlements were built in hills or mountains, and dwarven families who trace their ancestry to those settlements call themselves hill dwarves or mountain dwarves, respectively. Orth and Kryn, the worlds of Greyhawk and Dragonlance settings, are examples of worlds that have such dwarven communities. In other worlds, dwarves have given themselves other cultural designations. For example, on the continent of Faerun in the Forgotten Realms, dwarves of the south call themselves gold dwarves, and the dwarves of the north are called shield dwarves.
Rock and stone.
Okay, I just want to look at something real quick. Elves, gnomes, halflings.
They should just delete gnomes from the game.
Orcs. Okay, so there's you guys have been carrying on for an hour and 22 minutes. Would you like to just do elves real quick and then we'll call it?
Yeah, let's skip past gnomes.
Okay, so we're gonna do elves. We're gonna do elves, and then we'll carry on with part 2 on a different day. So here we go. Are you ready? Strap yourselves in, because I know you guys also know elves intimately.
No.
Well,
Neither of us. Have you played an elf before?
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
haven't.
created by the god Corellin,
Yeah, Corellin.
the first elves could change their physical forms at will.
Only certain elves could do that. Only the drow that worship the whatever her name is.
Sloth?
No, the good one.
Oh,
Could do that.
Elestriel.
Yeah, Elistre.
Okay. The elves lost this ability when Corellin
Okay.
exiled them from Arvandor for plotting with another elven deity named Loth, who tried and failed to usurp Corellin's dominion. Okay,
Okay.
all right, that checks out.
Did you say Ursur?
Ursur,
It's a usurp.
usurp. What'd I say?
Usurp. Are you going crazy?
This is my channel, assholes.
First it was Chitin, now it's Usurp.
Hey, you know what? I could cancel you like that. There we go. All right.
Live.
No longer able to shapeshift at will, the elves retreated to the Feywild. Okay,
No, they didn't.
Okay, so here's something, and I've been meaning to talk about this for a while because this has been going on for a while. How do you guys feel about these changes that have occurred? That the Feywild,
They're making everything Fey, even though most of them are monstrosities and actual demons.
right?
Like Minotaurs. They came from Bahamut. No, not Bahamut. Baphomet.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, but now they're from the Feywild.
No. They're literally creations of a demon lord. They
Right.
can't just go, oh, I'm a fairy now.
Okay, how about you, alligator?
Sooner or later, we're gonna see Orcus being classified as a Fae.
I mean, goblins are already Fey, and goblins are just short orcs.
I said Orcus, as in the demon lord.
Oh. Okay. Same thing.
Also, seriously, goblins are Fae?
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they're actual hellspawn. I mean, not really, but I
Put
consider them hellspawn.
put down the gun, alligator. It's okay. We'll make it through.
What?
All right. So, no longer able to shapeshift at will, the elves retreated to the Feywild,
A rational thing to do.
where their sorrow was deepened by the plane's influence. Over time, wanderlust and curiosity led many of them to explore other planes of existence, including various worlds in the material plane. Elves have the mystical ability to take on characteristics of the environments with which they are bonded to. Okay, so wood elves, gold elves,
High elves. Or sun elves. moon
Oriole
elves.
elves, potato elves, Ego elves.
Lego my ego.
Drow to the Underdark, High Elves to Fey Crossings in Material Plane, and Wood Elves to the Forest. Right.
99% of drow communities should be evil.
Are you ready to die on that hill?
Yeah, I'm ready to die on that. At least most of Underdark drow communities should be evil and worshipping Lilith, because that's the whole reason why they're under there.
Okay, so for the sake of my channel, the opinions expressed by my son over here is not necessarily the opinions expressed by the management of this channel. Those are his opinions alone. Moving on. Let's see. These connections grant elves access to certain kinds of magic. So wood, Underdark, sunshine. Elves are blessed with long lives and long memories. From birth, they don't sleep, but instead enter a trance when they need to rest.
Yeah.
In this state, elves remain aware of their surroundings while immersing themselves in their own memories. What an elf remembers during this reverie depends largely on how long the elf has lived and the events that have shaped the elf's existence. Elves have pointed ears and tend to be light on their feet. Another common physical characteristic of elves is their lack of facial and body hair.
They're also shorter.
Right. Medium, 5 to 6 feet tall. If we didn't guess it, they're also humanoid. Speed, 30 feet. Lifespan, 750 years on average. That seems like it's been cut down a bit, doesn't it?
No, it's always been like that. It's always been like 800, 750.
Okay. As an elf, you have these special traits. You have dark vision with a range of 60 feet. Elven Lineage. You are part of an Elven Lineage that grants you supernatural abilities. Choose a lineage from the Elven Lineages table. Drow, the lineage of the Underdark. Half-Elf, the lineage of Fey Crossings. And other magical locations. Wood Elf, the lineage of a primeval forest. You gain the first level benefit of that lineage. Starting at 3rd level and again at 5th level, you also gain the ability to cast a spell with this trait. Once you cast a spell with this trait, you can't cast a spell with it again until you finish a long rest. You follow?
Yeah.
However, you can cast the spell using any spell slot you have of the appropriate level. How do you guys feel about that? That's something new, right?
Yeah.
So you have an innate ability that your whatever your background is or your race, whatever, provides you. So you can cast Fairy Fire. Being a drow, and this is just an example. It's not how
Drow
it is.
could already do that, I think.
But what I'm saying is you can cast Fairy Fire just because you're a drow. And you're like, I'm out. You're like, oh, wait, I'm a wizard.
I think it's more like sorcerer stuff, or they're born with it, like the exact ability to do it.
True, but the fact is if you have a spell slot, if you're a cleric warlock, magic user, whatever, you can still cast your innate ability if you have that spell slot available. Any comment?
Doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It should be like a separate
propose
pool.
a new elf subrace called Fire Elf, where at 5th level you learn Fireball.
No, at first level you learn Fireball.
At 1st level you learn Fireball, and Fireball is a 1st level spell with none of the downsides of being a 1st level spell. So
You can cast it as a cantrip.
no.
20th level wizard.
Yes, as a 20th level wizard, probably.
Okay. I must reiterate, this is a playtest. There is an email address that I can give you guys. You can submit your criteria and your impression on how it should be, and they will take it into consideration. And I will guarantee you, if it actually becomes canon, you will be rewarded extensively. So, yes. Fire Elf.
Fire elf.
1st level cantrip, Fireball.
Fireball.
How much damage?
8d6.
And it goes up at what level?
First. Every time you level up, it goes up by 2d6. And there's no dex save. It just automatically happens.
And you're a fire elf because?
I was born during a forest fire. I lived during a forest fire. I am on fire. I have mastered the fire. I'm immune to fire damage. Fire.
Yeah, fire god farted about the same time I was born.
Oh, and by the way, just like everyone else, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, your choice is
All three.
is your spellcasting ability. You also have Fey ancestry. Doesn't matter where you came from. You're all Fey ancestry. You have advantage on saving throws you make to avoid or end the charm condition on yourself.
They already had that.
Okay. Keen senses. Peachy keen senses. You have proficiency in the perception skill. Okay?
Okay.
Trance. You don't need to sleep. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And magic can't put you to sleep. You can't finish a long rest, so on and so on. Okay. Elven lineages. Your drow. The range of dark vision increases 120 feet.
Yeah, makes
Okay?
sense.
And you also have the dancing light cantrip. I mean, come on. All drow. Doesn't matter. 1st level to now should have dancing lights. 3rd level fairy fire. Yep. And 5th level darkness. That's like okay, good.
Right on levitation.
5th level darkness. I mean, who knows beyond that. High elf. You know the
Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
You know the
Prestidigitation.
know the future makes stuff out of nothing spell. Cantrip. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can replace that cantrip with a different cantrip from the arcane spell list. What? Wait.
So you can just...
Wait. Hold on.
So you just get a free cantrip?
Whenever you finish a long rest, you can replace that cantrip with a different cantrip from the arcane.
Do you just get a free spell?
They just got a free. They can use prestidigitation to make any spell they want. What?
Eldritch Blast. High elves all know Eldritch Blast.
Whenever
now.
you finish a long rest, you can replace that cantrip with a different cantrip from the arcane spell list. Zane, what's the most powerful cantrip on the arcane spell list?
Shillelagh.
What the hell is an arcane spell list? The most advanced magic class I play is Warlock.
Blade Ward is obviously
Well,
the
what is the most powerful spell on the Warlock spell list?
Need I even say?
Create food and water.
That's a druid thing.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Same thing. We're both...
Warlock,
So,
druid, they all
okay,
cast
all right.
spells.
So hold on a minute. So, how do you feel about that? That your players, or your companions, can just take a long rest and just go, now I know this.
No.
Okay.
That's
Any
not-
reason why?
Because that's like saying like... I'm trying to think of like something to compare it to. It's like going to sleep with a hammer and then waking up and suddenly changing the hammer into like a machete.
Okay. And yet you as a spellcaster have a machete, but it's kind of shitty.
A machete?
A machete. Anyways, I get your point. I understand. Let's see if I can help you. Does it kind of make whatever class you decide to be a little bit less?
Yeah.
More pointless?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're just a high elf can just. I mean, why would you not pick a high elf when you can just have an
inspiration every long rest?
Here's why you shouldn't play high elf.
Mike.
Instead, play a fire elf.
Yeah.
Because you get what? Fireball at first level?
First level
and
increases every time you level up. No save, instantly hits. It just instantly kills everything.
And it does how much damage at first level?
8d6.
Fantastic. You both are the new Jeremy Crawford.
WotC.
No, you should buy it. Okay, Wood Elf. Your speed increases to 35 feet.
Yeah, that was the thing.
And you also know the Druidcraft cantrip. And you get Long Strider and Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
Rest in 4 hours if you spend those hours in a trance-like meditation.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they got rid of short rest.
Yeah.
What does it say long rest up over there?
They got rid of short rest?
Yeah, it says all the stuff about long rest, and now let's talk about normal rest.
Yeah, short rest is not a thing in the new version.
Well, too bad. We're still going to do it. I'm going to take a 1 hour break.
So if short rests aren't...
Warlocks just get screwed.
Yeah, warlocks and fighters, that was like their thing, was that they get stuff back after a short
Okay.
rest. So if they're getting, removed, that kind of just negates their whole shindig.
Okay. So then we go on to blah, blah, blah about Elves of Mini World. So here's what I'm going to do, and then we'll cut it. Okay. Just because you found an exception to a big exception to the rule, and you've mentioned Warlock, I'm going to see if Warlock is mentioned within this sheet, and we'll see if a change is made to compensate for the short rest. So
I see horrible stuff they've done to Tieflings already.
No, yeah, you do not want to like what they've done to Tieflings.
Okay, no, I am the Tiefling expert. I should be
I'm the Tiefling expert.
No, I'm the Tiefling expert. I've made so many more than you. No, I've made more.
I'm more
You got to be the Dragonborn person. I get to be the Tiefling person.
Fine.
Okay, so I don't see anything about warlocks here, at least in this version.
Beautiful.
Where do they change to critical hits?
Primal spells?
And that falls into place. So it looks like they're just kind of giving you... Okay, so they've just kind of given you differences to the racial and backgrounds, and they want you to use that to play test with the current 5e classes.
You can hold a gun to my head and I will still not play a game that has these rules.
Okay, so here we go. So rather than look for warlocks, which are not here, they may be on another sheet. Since Zane has made the proclamation, we're going to go through tieflings real quick, and then we'll call it. But we'll get
at least you're saying the correct pronunciation.
Oh, who says tiefling?
People
who are wrong.
Who call it gifs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People who are wrong at everything all the time.
Or who call Zine signs? Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing.
What?
People call
Zine signs.
Zines.
Like add-ons to stuff.
Yeah, like a little magazine is a zine. Okay, anyways. Okay, so here we go. Let's wrap this up. We are at 1 hour, 38 minutes. Tieflings, Zane. Tieflings are born in the lower planes or have one or more Fiendish ancestors who originated there. A tiefling, and they actually have it here, pronounced tiefling. Thank you.
Yes.
Is linked by blood to a devil, a demon, or Yugoloth, or some other fiend. So anything.
Yeah, sounds about right so far.
Okay, this connection to the lower planes, for better or worse, the tiefling's fiendish legacy, which comes with the promise of power, yet has no effect on the tiefling's moral outlook. So, if your father is Asmodeus, or Asmodeus, and your mother is, a fruit vendor, who are known to be notoriously evil,
yeah,
you will not be evil yourself. You choose your own destiny.
Yeah. Tieflings were never.
Yeah, tieflings were never an explicitly evil race. It was all up to character creation.
Right.
Like, even though demons are evil,
Right.
it doesn't mean a tiefling
No,
is.
I'm talking about fruit vendors.
Oh yeah, everyone knows that they're
Fruit
evil.
vendors are the worst.
Yeah, they're all evil.
Okay. A tiefling. Okay, so there we go. The 3 legacies are as follows. Abyssal. Okay, and I'm going to ask you a question when we're done. Abyssal. The heartless entropy of the abyss. The howling chaos of pandemonium. The vast despair of Carceri.
Yeah, Carceri. The
Call to
prison place.
tieflings who have the abyssal fiendish legacy. Horns, fur, tusks, black blood. Peculiar odors are common physical features of such tieflings, most of whom have the demons coursing through the veins. Now,
Wasn't the original rule Tieflings that they would just have horns and could be any color and have tails?
yeah, but I kind of feel like that people feel like tieflings are kind of like the demon furries. They're just like, hey, I'm a purple guy with horns. You know, they should reflect a bit of their abyssal ancestry. Like they should be a little bit kind of.
They have horns and a tail and they're resistant to fire.
Yeah, but so are cows.
What? Huh?
Extremely resistant to fire. Have you lit a cow on fire lately? No.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean steak.
No, you have to kill him first. Beforehand, it is a fucking battle. It's like a red dragon.
Everyone
right.
knows that cows can breathe fire. Just out the opposite end.
86 at first level.
So we've heard of fire elf. Get ready for fire.
All right. So next up we have Chthonic. So that's new, right?
That is new.
That is
Okay.
new.
Okay. So there we go. Tentacles, right?
Yeah.
Tieflings who have the Chthonic Fiendish legacy not only feel the tug of Carceri, but also the greed of Gehenna and the underworld gloom of Hades. Some of those tieflings look cadaverous. You know what that means?
Dead body.
Right. Others possess the unearthly beauty of an incubus or succubus.
Those are devils.
That's kind of a wide range there. You're
Yeah, you
either
either look like a corpse or you're super hot.
right.
Why not be a super hot corpse?
Aren't we
What
all?
are you, Gila?
Okay. Or they have physical features in common with a night hag,
Yeah.
a
Okay.
Yugoloth, or some other neutral evil fiendish ancestor. So you could look like any fucking thing. God damn it! Just pick something.
I saw the word chthonic and I got excited because, chthonic
Yeah.
words are cool. But now,
No, just for God's sakes, just seriously, we're okay with it. If you give us boundaries, we will accept it because we have other choices, right?
Yeah.
no,
Just
it's only chthonic tiefling or fire elf.
oh, God. Fire cow. Here you go.
Fire cow. They're the arch enemy of fire elves.
Holy crap. Okay, guys, guess what? So there, Noah may know. So Paul mentioned, or Dr. Mitch, I backed a level on his Kickstarter, Out of the Ashes, and that level allowed me to make a monster within this campaign. Can you help me see if we can make Fire Cow within the setting rules of his game? You up for that?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the setting rules?
I will pull down the PDF when we're done here. We shall see. But if we can make it, and it takes place in kind of like a, he's English, so it's going to take place in an English setting.
So he's never seen a cow.
How dare you? All right. Anyways,
Aside from his mother, but that's
okay. So Chthonic. So Chthonic is nothing but a name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Infernal. The Infernal Fiendish legacy binds tieflings by blood, not only to Gehenna. So it's
Why is it always Gehenna?
but also the raging battlefields of Archeron and the Diabolic Nine Hells. Horn, spine, tails, golden eyes, and a faint odor of sulfur or smoke are common physical features of such tieflings, most of whom trace their ancestry to devils. Yeah?
this is just variant tiefling.
Yeah.
Now it's infernal.
Okay. Tiefling traits. Humanoid, about 4 to 7 feet tall, or small. You can be a small, 3 foot tall tiefling.
Yeah, we have a tiefling that's like this big.
Yep.
I name him Billy.
30 feet, 100 years on average. As a tiefling, you have these special traits.
Whoa.
What?
Tieflings are supposed to live normal human lifespan.
Yeah.
What the hell are they 100?
Well, there you go. Well, I mean, 100 years is a human average.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
How many people do you know that live to 100?
All of our family, Noah.
What?
Yeah, we're awesome.
Yeah, you're all vampires.
I know. Anyways, okay. You have dark vision. I know Noah doesn't like it. Fiendish Legacy. You are a recipient of a Fiendish Legacy that grants you supernatural abilities. Choose a legacy from the Fiendish Legacies table. Abyssal, associated with chaotic evil. Chthonic, associated with neutral evil. Infernal, associated with lawful evil. You gain the first level benefit of the chosen legacy.
Okay.
So, what I'm hearing is Tieflings aren't evil, but you're going to have to pick which one evil you are, Tiefling.
You hate your father.
Who
Yes.
doesn't?
Yes. So yes. And your father really, really sucks. Really sucks. So yeah, there's
Where's
yeah,
your child support as
yeah, you can be lawful good, but you have daddy issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Average tiefling.
Yeah, exactly.
Average Tiefling.
Average tiefling, yes. Rebel. All right. So Fiendish Legacy, starting at 3rd level and again at 5th level, you gain the ability to cast a high-level spell.
Do tieflings still get Hellish Rebuke?
We'll find out. You gain the ability to cast a high-level spell with this trait, as shown on the table. Once you cast a spell with this trait, you can't cast a spell with it again until you finish a long rest. All right, and here we go. Here's the spell table. Fiendish Legacies. Abyssal. You have resistance to poison damage. You also know the poison spray cantrip. 3rd level Ray of Sickness. 5th level Hold Person.
Okay.
Chthonic. You have resistance to necrotic damage. You also know Chill Touch cantrip. 3rd level False Life. 5th level Ray of Enfeeblement. I feel that they're missing the point with the term chthonic.
Yeah.
What do we want when we hear? What do we think of when we think of the term chthonic?
Death.
Yeah.
Tentacles.
No, Chthonic is like Greek god stuff.
Like,
No.
Chthonic is not Cthulhu.
The old Greece one, where like Poseidon was the king of the gods because he was like the god of death because of earthquakes and oceans.
Right.
Chthonic
Okay,
is
you
not
got a good point.
Lovecraftian.
You got a very good point. I anytime I say CTH, I want tentacles, regardless. But no, you got a good point. So death, false life, kind of falls into it. Ray of Enfeeblement, meh. Okay,
boring.
Infernal. Now this should be plain and simple,
Yeah.
right?
This is just your regular as.
You have resistance to fire damage.
Yeah.
You also know the Firebolt cantrip.
Okay.
3rd level Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah.
5th level Darkness.
Devils aren't the most dark things. They're pretty bright. They have a bunch of fire and stuff.
But I mean, Darkness,
You could have picked better.
imprisoning.
Fireball.
Yeah,
Fireball.
8d6, 5th level.
Let's go.
Plus 5d6, 5th level. Okay, so 5th level should be like what? Some Metallica song, right? So okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Darkness.
Let's make our 5th level spell Ride the Lightning.
Exactly. Okay. However, you can cast a spell using any. Yeah. So there you go. So I mean, as long as you're a spellcaster, or you have something that has spell slots, you can kind of manipulate the game in your favor to continually cast your innate ability. How do you feel about that?
So it's just like what the animal people and elves got.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Why?
Yeah. Okay. Intelligence, yeah. Intelligence, wisdom, charisma, or farts are your spellcasting
Yeah,
ability. For spells you cast with the trait, whatever you pick, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roll DC 40 fireball save, bitch. Boom.
Oh, and you also get otherworldly presence. You know the thaumaturgy cantrip. When you
What the hell
Thaumaturgy?
did you say?
thaumaturgy, that's what I said.
Thaumaturgy.
Whatever.
Tieflings already learned
When you
thaumaturgy at like 30.
not now. When you cast it with this trait, the spell uses the same spellcasting ability you use for your Fiendish Legacy traits. All right, Tiefling
Otherworld
Worlds.
Stuff, boring, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so, all right, so, okay, we are at an hour 48.
I think that's.
Do you guys want to stop here and we'll continue with the part 2 another day?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so hope everyone got a little bit of insight into, the next torchbearers of D&D. I don't necessarily agree or disagree with a lot of things they've said. I feel like that I may have, led the line on this. I feel like that I asked some, pertinent questions, but I do feel like everything that they've said is, from the heart, and they have an honest opinion about something that they really have no control over.
Fire elf is the most important thing we've ever brought to the table when it comes to D&D.
Fire cow.
Fire cow.
You came up with fire cow. We came up with the OG fire elf.
Not my game. Anyways, so I'd like to thank everyone for taking a moment to sit through this whole thing. It's almost 2 hours long. If you sat through it to the end, we appreciate it. Granted, there will be a part 2 that will probably be just as long, but we will get through it to the end. And on behalf of my son, Noah, and his buddy, Zane, I would like to thank you all, and we look forward to seeing you again really soon.
Goodbye.
Take care. Where's the freaking button? There we go.